today, in the day and age of digitalization, we see the entire generation glued to the smartphones. Their posture is different, and you can also see that they are in front of the laptops. I have seen cases where people get panic attack at their workstations. They complain that as if they're having a heart attack. And towards the end, when they are out of the hospital, when they're discharged, it is gas. And these cases are getting higher and higher. And I think there's a word also for it, it's called hypochondria. You feel that something is happening to you, and it is coming from the body. This is a body signal to your brain. After the diagnosis, the doctor says there's nothing. But in that process where the person is feeling that anxiety, vis-a-vis finally he's out of the hospital, a lot has happened in the body. Would you like to give some insights there? Because why does the body go, first of all, in the panic mode? Or you can say, why does it get into the anxiety mode in the first place?
Salman, there are many parts to what you just mentioned. So let me try and break it down. First of all, every emotion is stored in your body. Right? And one of the ways that our body gives signals, so there's a continuous body-mind communication which is happening. It's a non-verbal dialogue, and the body largely communicates to us through signals of pain, indigestion, cramps, fatigue, restlessness, right? Twitching. This is the communication that your body is continuously, or maybe breathlessness. This is the communication your body is giving. But unfortunately, we're not born with a user manual dangling from our wrists, So we don't know what to do with all of this. So let's take this example of what you just said. People are sitting on their workstations and they are having a panic attack, right? And they later on find out it's only a case of, like you said, bloating. First thing to understand is that nobody has a panic attack out of the blue. There has been something which is building up all the time. You just did not have you didn't have the toolkit to understand that communication of your body. If you're having extensive and long periods of indigestion or say bloating, that's your gut giving you a signal. Now, how can my gut talk to you? Right? How can my gut talk to myself? So my gut talks to me through the connection of the brain and the body. It's very well understood today that there is a brain-body, there is a gut brain, right? There's a heart brain, right? And there's a head brain. In fact, they say we have 3 brains now. So your gut is connected to your brain through the vagus nerve, right? Vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body. Like, this is something we should know. Just like you know how to run your phone, you know all the apps, you know what it can do. My phone has this much memory. How well versed we are with our gadgets. Do we have that kind of command over our own bodies? We don't have. Every time we have a problem, we go to somebody else, some expert who tells us what's wrong with us, right? So maybe just educating people on these small things and working in the area of preventive health care, which is very vital. Circling back to this person who's having a panic attack, chances are this person has always had a lot of bloating for a long time. The bloating can be because there was too much stress, right? So the vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve. You have about 12 cranial nerves, and this is the 10th cranial nerve. It comes out from the base of your neck, right? And then it wanders through your body. So in fact, the word vagus in Greek means wanderer. So if you take your hand around your throat, you'll start realizing that when you say, I have a lump in my throat, that's your vagus nerve talking to you. Then it goes to your heart. And when you say, I felt a tight band around my chest, or my heart was singing, that's your vagus nerve communicating to you. When it goes to your gut, you have butterflies in your stomach before, like you're a Toastmaster, And whenever you have these talks, people often say, I have this butterfly in my stomach, or people say, I have this gut feeling. This is not right. That's your vagus nerve talking to you. Then it branches off into your intestines. It's like it's like a banyan tree with multiple, it's not like a single line. It walks through your body. And one of the primary functions of the vagus nerve is memory. So it remembers your previous experiences, gathers your response to that experience and takes it to your brain, and it tells your brain, is this safe for me or is it not safe for me? If your previous experience has not been safe or good, it creates that disturbance within you which you feel unease or discomfort, right? So when someone has a panic attack, it's just a tipping point his body has reached, right? We can blame it on the gadget, we can blame it on excessive sitting, but you don't have a panic attack out of the blue. But yes, you can have a lot of stress accumulation if you don't move enough and you sit too much on gadgets.
अगर आपको ये क्लिप अच्छी लगी और आपको और ऐसे क्लिप्स देखने हैं, then do subscribe to the Solo Clips for more such clips.